everyone, welcome back to the JustLatasha channel. I'm so happy you guys have been enjoying my reviews. I enjoy doing them. I just wrapped up Spike Lee's adaptation for She's Gotta Have It on Netflix. You guys can catch the entire playlist on my channel. But until then, make sure you watch my series. Yes, I have a web series entitled Sit Black and Relax, which is streaming now for free, both Amazon Prime Video members and non-members. And the link for that will be right in the description box, so you guys go ahead and enjoy that. I really appreciate the craft of screenwriting and telling not black stories, but stories amongst black people. I enjoy the taking charge that we're all doing to change the narrative of ourselves. If we leave the narrative of ourselves in the hands of the oppressor, hello? Then they ain't gonna tell the story right. So I really just want to start this video off by congratulating, now I gotta say the Emmy Award winning, the Emmy Award winning black, queer, funny screenwriter Miss Lena Waithe for the development of The Shy, which is a new show of her production, of her work, of her storytelling, of her craft that is now showing on Showtime. And as a promo, they had it for free on YouTube. The entire episode was free on YouTube. So being that I ain't got Showtime, I went ahead to that YouTube link and watched the full video. I will link it for you guys down below so you guys can watch it as well. And yes, this video will have spoilers. So if you haven't seen The Shy, you don't want to know how it ends, I encourage you to pause the video right here, go watch it, come back so we can discuss. Again, there will be spoilers. Make sure as well you guys subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you guys are aware of when I make new videos. And of course, follow me on social media. Now let's dive right in now that we got all that out the way. So as soon as this show even begins, it is an ode to Chicago. Just the scenery, the children, the people, the streets, the landmarks, the houses. But it feels bright and full of life and just black, regular, alive, vibrant. That energy is already going, and it opens up with chants. I mean, the happiest rapper and one who was from The Shy himself, and he's playing, you don't want no problem with me, you don't want, just like you just want to jam. And we're following this carefree black kid with the biggest hair on a bike, colorful style, and he's zip zooming, having a great old time. To be honest, I thought it was a girl. I mean, and not even just from like these gender rules, or maybe so, because that's what I've been raised on. But I mean, the pink headband, the floral backpack, the yellows, and all these like beautiful colors, and the hair, of course. I mean, this kid is gorgeous. He looked like he could be related to Jhené Aiko. Like if this is like Jhené Aiko's like son or cousin or something like that. He got the Jhené genes on his face. And just the features are just so delicate and beautiful. I was like, oh, it's a boy. When he spoke, I was like, it's a boy. So we open up and we follow this character that goes by Pookie. So Pookie at this point is being carefree, having a great old day, minding his business. And he comes across a dead body. So just being a broke kid from The Shy, he robs it. You don't need this stuff no more. He takes his sneakers, he takes the chains, and he's out. But unfortunately, he's arrested by the police because he's the one found last at this body in the wrong part of town at the wrong time, so they take in Pookie. So we get to meet Pookie's family. He has a half-brother whose name is Brandon, and Brandon is an aspiring chef. We see Brandon at the bottom of the food chain in the hospitality industry. He's working in a restaurant, and he's just trying to get promoted to ultimately own his own restaurant one day. And Brandon, of course, we're already starting off with a great cast. That is Jason Mitchell, and you've seen his face. He has starred as Eazy-E in the hit movie of last year, Straight Outta Compton, and I'm so happy that he's in this series. And the cast just gets better from there. The brothers also have a mother who is a drunk, and this is just some of the things that come out of poverty. This feeling of hopelessness, just being broke, not really having to aspire, not really having the chutzpah to aspire to anything, and just being downtrodden by life and the oppressions that come with being black and broke. She's a drunk, and that's how she's handling her pain and her trauma. There is a slight disconnect between Brandon the chef and the drunk mom. That we didn't really get to discover that yet, but that's something to be found out, that there's some kind of, there's tension there between them. So now that Pookie, the good kid, is in jail and he was just caught at the wrong place at the wrong time, we come across a detective. Now this is like the detective is white, and a lot of the police in the show are white because real life breeds real art. The detective has, the heart of gold, and he believes in the people, and he's going to be the bridge between the oppression and the oppressed, and he's on your side, but while working on the side that hurts you. So really, I just want to critique, not even critique, I just want to ponder. I'm definitely not critiquing. I want to ponder that. I wonder if it's like when you bring a show like this to a network like Showtime, who are owned by white execs, who the marketing team is mostly white people, the industry of Hollywood is mostly white people. Sometimes we have like these good white characters, and it's almost like I just question if creators who get to that space feel pressured to have like the good white. Like, you don't want to portray an entire black world. You still want to include some white people, and you want to make white people feel good about themselves so they give you a chance. I just wonder what this good detective, or maybe just, the black people can't have it all bad. So yeah, there is a good white who, for the sake of them, will help them progress this story, and somebody from the oppressive side will see them as human beings. Maybe, The detective is really trying to pressure Pookie, like, why were you at the body? What were you doing? What's going on? Like, tell me something. And Pookie's like, I really have no story. This is the truth. I was just there to feed a dog. I was just chilling. I really had nothing to do with this murder. So good detective feels in his heart, there's no story here. The kid is smart. He's a good kid. I know his intentions. He feels like he's got a good vibe. So we're going to let this kid go. Good detective meets bad detective, and it's really cool because it even shows in their wardrobe, and this is the type of detail in a show that I really love and appreciate. If you guys see my Insecure reviews, I review the lighting, I review the shots, I review the details and the props and everything, because Insecure is so magnificent on every single portion of the show, adding to the story so where we can tell something about the story that the characters don't have to say. Like, we have to really follow the dialogue. Like, it shows. It builds this world from the inside out. And this is what's happening here in this moment, that the good-hearted detective is dressed in white. And the bad cop who's like, this is a kid who was by the dead body. Why aren't we locking him up? Like, he's lying, right? He's dressed in really dark clothing. So we see this, you can tell the story forever and ever and ever in a plethora of ways. Good versus evil. Light versus dark. We ain't gonna break that down. We already know what that means. Okay. So good detective releases the kid. He goes with his brother Brandon and their drunk mom. And Brandon's telling the mom, like, look, he's not doing well with you. That's just point blank. Now, I just appreciate tender moments of black men, masculinity. I'm glad creators are stepping up to show that black men can be vulnerable. They can be emotionally intimate with each other. They can love each other. I heard the words, I love you, from a black man to a younger black boy in this show more than once. Like, to just hear it as just being regular, I love you. That it's okay to say, that it's normal, doesn't make you less of a man, that you feel for someone, you want to protect someone. It's really, really beautiful, beautiful images, and it's super important right now to show that to black men, that like somebody out there loves you, that you are loved, and that you will be protected, and that you will protect each other. Step up. If you can protect your friend, protect another man out in that world, step up. And it was just a beautiful moment that I think was super necessary. We get to meet Kevin, who... This baby is really he's just my favorite. His little face, his 4C hair, his mohawk. He is so dope. He's so talented, and he's got the most delectable, beautiful dark skin. The camera just loves his face and his skin color and his complexion, and I love this baby. This is Alex Herbert from Moonlight, Oscar-winning Moonlight. Like, I can't even just say Moonlight at this point. It's Oscar-winning Moonlight. What's good? He plays Kevin. Kevin has an older sister named Keisha, and we could just see how she loves him, she cares for him, she bonds with him. She cleans his sneakers in the street. She's like, here, use my cell phone to text your girl. And like, what you doing? Like, a beautiful bond between brother and sister. And she's dark skinned with long 4C hair and cute. Hollywood, was that so hard? Is it that hard? Hollywood, is it that hard? And it was such a beautiful display when Kevin gets to school. All these black girls have different hairstyles. There's the slim, thick cornrows. There's box braids. There's locks. There's thick, luscious ponytails. There's a struggle bun. All of it matters. Like, all of it matters. Like, just all that black hair was really just giving me so much life. Of course, with the strong, strong, strong story. What I really appreciate about the way they tell the story is that the dialogue is very minimal. You don't need to say a lot when the characters' actions, the backgrounds, the way they move, everything is intentional to where you can tell how people feel about each other without them having to say a word. That is peak story writing. Like, you can tell these black writers know their shit. They know what they're doing, and you can and it's amazing. And this story inspires me to be a better writer. So Kevin gets to school. He has a crush on a girl named Andrea, and he's really just punking out on like asking her out, and his friends are like, yo, just do it, just do it. These kids curse, they diss each other, they play fight. Regular kids. Not respectability, not we scared to go there, not we shouldn't portray. Your kids out there cursing. Let's just call a thing a thing. So Kevin's crush, Andrea, encourages him to try out for the play. She's like, listen, if you want to hang with me, you want to spend time with me, try out for this play, because that's where I'm going to be at. And so he doesn't really want to do it, but because he likes her and because he's willing to follow the rules that she set up, he goes ahead and applies for this play. He doesn't care which role. He's not really studying. He's just like, if Andrea's going to be there, I'm going to be there. So he shows up for the first day of the play, and he's like, this is it. I finally got her alone. It's the perfect time. I've been mapping this out. I'm at this play trial. I don't even want to be here. Let me ask her out. Andrea breaks his heart by saying, oh, you want to go out this weekend? Because I'm already going out with some other dude, Jake. Kevin's like, my boy Jake? And it's a big problem. So he gets his little heart broken. He dashes out, leaves Andrea in the dust, and that's just what happens. So I was wondering at this point about masculinity for boys, because I know dating as an adult, men and the projection of what being a man means and not letting a bitch play you and all this stuff, like, they don't give a slight moment to understand where a woman's coming from. They don't give a slight moment for a woman to mess up or be curious about other men the way they're obviously curious about plenty of women at one time. Why are you giving those likes? I know that's the temperature of dating as an adult, but to see this little boy say, well, she chose another man, and nah, I'm not even messing with you, and he hits the road, it was kind of odd, because children are exposed to the way adults are dating now because of social media and reality TV and have all those projections in their face. But I think, like, as a child, not that they would have put up with that, but they wouldn't have, like, deaded her so hard, if that makes sense. So I was really wondering, like, what about a little boy's masculinity makes him bust out like that? Is it because of the embarrassment, or is he hurt, or is this the way he's supposed to act as a boy because he saw that? So it's opening up like a whole new window for me to understand and see masculinity in its vulnerability. And I'm learning something, you know, like, and I'm asking questions about what do men need, and what do little boys need, and how can we as all the genders come together to heal and give to each other? What do y'all need? You know what I mean? So it made me raise those questions. He leaves that day, and he's passing by the play rehearsals a different day, and the teacher who sees him was like, hold up, because number one, you signed up, and number two, you almost came in, but then you dashed and you didn't even try out. So as a man, I'm going to hold you responsible to your word. And he encourages and puts pressure on Kevin to try. So don't quit at being scared, don't quit at being uncomfortable. And he's a man, and he holds a little boy responsible to his word and what you said you were going to do. And I'm pushing you through your discomfort so you can discover something about yourself and a skill that you weren't aware of before. I feel like so many kids are out there being raised on their own. They're fending for themselves because poverty, oppression, economic oppression, people, broken families, or just circumstances of shit just being hard. Kids have to raise themselves, and teachers are tired and they don't want to raise your kid and they just want to teach and go home and get that check. So we see a situation where a man in the community, a brown man, a brown fat man, yes, bodies, a brown fat man encourages his little boy to be better. He puts in the effort because he cares, and that is so important to see in a Chicago school system. It's so important to see that. We have another character named Emmett. Emmett is dating Keisha, who again is Kevin's older sister. We meet them together in a love scene, a hot, steamy love scene. And we actually get to know about Keisha here. That Keisha doesn't trust. And we see that in so many different ways. She starts off by giving him some head. And before he's about to finish, she goes, actually, I'm going to stop. You're going to finish me first. Like, we already have, like, this ultimatum. Like, I'm not going to let you finish and let you let me finish. Like, she doesn't trust that he would do her the favor back. So Emmett comes over and he's like, fine, I'll take turns. I'll do you. And they're making out and it's getting steamy, and she stops and she's just like, now listen, like, you made a promise to my little brother that she was going to get him the Curry sneakers. So you still gonna get them for him, right? Like, you still gonna get my brother the sneakers? Like, right in the middle of making out. Like, this couldn't have been a worse time to ask something like that. But I don't think she's putting herself on the line because she wants these things from him. But she's like, I don't care how you feel. Like, your word is your word. Like, and testing that trust. Like, I don't trust you. Like, say it again. Tell me again that you're gonna do this thing that you said you promised. You're going to give me head back, like, whatever. And the last thing that shows to me that she is super, like, she just doesn't trust her surroundings, she kisses with her eyes open. She's looking at you the entire time. It's just weird. It's a really vulnerable place that she doesn't allow herself to go to with Emmett, or maybe with the world, maybe with men, but we haven't got to see that yet. But right now, in this intimate moment with Emmett, she has guards up in several different ways. And you just got to chuck it up to great writing. So here, just like it happens, is just a real situation. These teens are having sex while mom is not home, but mom came home a little early. She's about to catch Emmett. This is Emmett's home. And he's like, Keisha, got to get under the bed. So we see a dark-skinned mother open the door. She's coming in from work, challenging Emmett. You got a job yet? You get hours? You going to start paying rent? Like, it's time for you to grow up and be a man. And she's challenging him to take some responsibilities. And just mama instinct. There's a little stank in the room. He just finished spraying. And she's like, okay, I see the panties on the floor. Come out, little girl. Come on out. Keisha announces herself. And here, where we would expect black film to go, angry black woman, and get the hell out of my house, I'm gonna beat your ass, and that rage that black women are supposed to do, this show takes it in an entire different direction, and mom offers her love, warmth, and food. What you want to eat, girl? What you want to have for breakfast, girl? Come on. And feeds her and offers her to stay. Imperative. We are breaking down these what could be perceived easily as angry black women stereotypes, which to me are still justified because black women deserve to be angry about so much. We ain't gotta be carefree all the time. Got a lot to be mad about. Hello? Salon said it. There's a lot to be mad about, but they didn't do that with this character. They wanted to tell a different story, and this was refreshing, and this was exciting, and this was new, and it was gold. And a good friend of mine, Jameer Pond, who is an entertainment host, an online personality, he said the line, "You hungry?" The way Tasha said in Insecure, "You hungry?" It's a love language. Go ahead, Jameer. That was A1. That's perfect. A black woman want to feed you, that's love. That's nothing but love. We learned that Emmett is a father. He has this angry ex named Tiffany who's raising their son by themselves. Tiffany is a pissed off baby mama because Emmett's not showing up and stepping up with his responsibilities. What is Emmett doing when Tiffany shows up with his baby? He's in a sneaker store ready to spend $150 on yet another pair of kicks. He ain't paying rent. He's trying to get his stuff together. He cares about his sneakers. He cares about his style. And this shows the immaturity for the age that he's in. Everyone's pressuring him to step up as a man. Women are pressuring him to step up as a man. They take a paternity test, and we find out that Emmett is, in fact, the father. So she doesn't give him a choice, because she tried to give him choices to step up all this other time. Since you ain't making a choice, I'll make it for you. She drops the baby at the doorstep. She dips. So now Emmett is taking care of the son who's confirmed to be his baby, and he's stepping up as a father. So we see Pookie come around again, the carefree boy with the hair that was riding on that bike. He and Emmett actually know each other. Emmett bought sneakers from Pookie. Where did he get the sneakers from? From when he robbed the dead body at the beginning of the show. And we see that exchange, and they don't ask how you get the sneakers. It ain't in a box. It ain't on nothing, but a deal is a deal, and that's how they know each other. What I appreciate about this show at this point, and this is about the midpoint, was that we see the humanity behind dead bodies. Chicago is notoriously known for all of the gun violence that happens in that city. There's gangs, there's just... in the media, it's portrayed as a straight-up war town. Like, so many black men, so many black boys are dying by the gun. And so, though we meet this dead body, we learn that he has a name. His name is Jason. And we get to see his mother. We get to see his community. We get to see that he was a basketball player. And all of these things creating the humanity behind this dead black boy of Chicago. That he was loved and he was appreciated, and he's sorely, sorely missed. How, conversely, to people like Emmett, to people like Pookie, the little bike rider, he's just another dead body. And we get to see that contrast between, this is just another thing, another day in Chicago, this is just what's happening, I'm just going to rob this body because I have no connection to him, I don't care. Versus a mother who lost his son, a school team that lost their partner, their basketball teammate. We get to see that duality of humanizing the slain by the hands of gun violence. And that is... magical. It's magical screenwriting, and we can get so desensitized in somebody being dead yet again. Somebody else is dead and we have no connection emotionally, but this show forces us to connect to these dead bodies as actual people. We get to meet Ronnie. So Ronnie's just one of the old heads on the block. He ain't got no job, he just hanging out, but everyone knows him. Everybody knows Ronnie. He got these two youngsters hanging out on his stoop. He don't care. But he encourages these youngsters to do better. Y'all sitting out here drinking liquor in the middle of the day, not doing nothing. Y'all don't want to end up like the drunk across the street. It's not, and I don't mean to bring up She's Gotta Have It. It's not shoved down our throats in these preachy ways. It's natural. It flows. They quickly mention Trump. He mentions Ronnie's like, I'm not going to work to pay for Trump's taxes. Like, quick little notes to where we are socially aware. We know what's going on, we ain't about it, and we're staying in the story, and it's not crazy. Ronnie was very heavily connected to the dead boy, the dead guy, Jason. He knew his mother very well. They're hinting at a past of love and a loving relationship between the people. But more importantly, Ronnie has a direct connection to police officers, the detectives, the department of the law in the city. And there's a trust there. And Ronnie chooses to get in the detective car and go downtown and see what the whole fuss is about. But he's not in handcuffs. He lets Ronnie go and he lets Ronnie goes to visit Jason, the dead body. So they have a rapport. They have a history, and we get to see deeper, I guess, in the series what that history is really about. And he's asking Ronnie, who did it? And Ronnie, with responsibility with Jason's mother from that connection and the connection of relationship between him and the good-hearted detective, he owes somebody, and himself, because he loved Jason like a son. He owes all of those people as well as himself to uncover the mystery of this murder. So he goes out and he's on revenge. He's really looking for revenge. So people tell him like, yo, we saw this kid with illustrious hair, great big old afro. He was the last one standing over Jason's body, so maybe you just want to go check him out. So Ronnie goes to go find Pookie, the carefree black boy that we met in the beginning of the show, and he sees that Pookie is wearing the dead body, Jason's chain, because he robbed him when he saw the dead body. Classic misunderstanding. Why do you have his chain on? Why do you have my son's chain on? And Pookie's trying to explain, like, listen, I just seen the kid. I took his stuff. I had nothing to do with it. I found him dead. I had nothing to do with it, which was the truth. But when you're in your emotions and you're in your rage and you're mourning and you see your dead son's chain on another dude in Chicago, I don't care what you do. And so at this moment, spoiler alert, if you do not want to know the rest of the story from this point off, please pause this video, go watch The Chi, and come back. This is your second warning. Ronnie pulls out a gun. He aims it at Pookie, the beautiful black boy that we've already connected to as an audience, shoots him and kills him. Now, we're not just getting to non-emotionally see a dead body and understand what his world was. We as an audience had already connected to Pookie. We've been following him along all this time, and we know he's a good kid. We know he has good intentions. We know he's beautiful and just carefree. And we as an audience, now that he's ours, we lose Pookie. So not only did they show us how to humanize Jason, that this is somebody, he means something to people. They created a character that meant something to us. So in case we didn't get it the first time, do you understand now that this is what this feels like every day in Chicago, that somebody is losing somebody that they love? And I almost cried. I was like, no, don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Ugh. They took my star away. They took our protagonist away from jump. And who was there to see this go down? Baby Kevin, baby Moonlight. Kevin sees this, and he is the only witness, and Ronnie knows that he's the witness because he tried to just book it. He killed this kid. He just wants to get out of there. And he sees baby Kevin, sees it, and he doesn't say anything. He just pieces out. So Ronnie is aware that this baby is the only one who saw him do it. Ronnie thinks this is all healed. He goes back to Jason's mother, the original dead kid, and he hands her back the chain that was stolen, and this is supposed to symbolize that, listen, I solved this, I took care of it, you can rest easy, story's over. But this only just heats up because Brandon gets a word from Emmett, who bought the sneakers from his brother, and says, yeah, my girl, Keisha, who's Kevin's sister, told me that her brother saw the murder. So Brandon goes in search to, now he has to relinquish his story and have vengeance for his brother who's dead. He goes to baby Kevin. He's like, just show me who did it. And Kevin shows him that it was Ronnie. Ronnie is the one who killed your brother. And Brandon is now set up for his revenge. And you can just see how easily this can just become a cycle. Well, if you killed my brother, then I'm going to go out and kill you. And somebody's connected to this guy. Well, if you killed him, then I'm going to go kill you. Now somebody's connected on my side. And it just keeps going and going and going. And baby Kevin is so afraid because it's like, listen, I'm the only witness. And he knows I'm the only witness. If he knows that I told, he going to kill me. Brandon's got this promotion on the line. He's just been confirmed to move up in the company just the way he wanted. But he also, his dark side, has also discovered who the murderer is of his brother, who he's enraged and he's hurt and he has all these emotions. So the last line of the series is, what you gonna do? Brandon has a choice to make. And from there on, I am spent. I am done. I am watching The Chi. It is so good. It is so black. It is so normal. And the story writing is impeccable. The screenplay, the cinematography, the acting, the actors, every little detail, it matches and it holds weight to propel the story forward, and I'm hooked. Lena Waithe, you got a hit on your hands. You are remarkable. You are amazing. And this was just a pilot. I can't wait to see the entire series. I'll be watching and I'll be reviewing. Make sure you guys watch The Chi so you know what the hell I'm talking about. We could at least do that, right? Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications once again, and follow me on all of my social media, and I'll see you guys next time.